Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Dillian Whyte. Now, here's a topic I'm really keen to get into. He's actually been everywhere recently in terms of social media, obviously across the news with Deontay Wilder, in terms of back and forth with offers from Eddie Hearn for Wilder to fight Whyte. But I wanted to take a look at Dillian Whyte, the man, his career, actually peel back through some of the hype because I'm not sure he actually deserves it. Should he actually even be in line for a title fight? Okay, so let's break it down. Dillian Whyte, if you take a look at his Boxrec, he's had 21 fights. He's been professional since 2011, so roughly, and do the math on your fingers, he's been a professional. He's into his 7th year, so that's 3 fights a year. So that's not, he hasn't been rollicking along, bearing in mind he's coming up to 20, he is 29 years of age, so he'll be 30 soon. So really, this is the time that he needs to start to make some hay. So Whyte, obviously known as the body snatcher, but I would think looking at his record, and you can go to Boxrec, maybe he should be called the bum snatcher, because beyond Anthony Joshua, and he lost that fight, and beyond the Dereck Chisora win, which a lot of us don't even think he won, there is nothing there. The best names on his record beyond Dereck Chisora is David Allen, who's professionally 11-3, and Ian Lewison, who's 12-3. So that doesn't exactly inspire a lot of confidence. You go down the record. Actually, there's a lot of guys there with a lot of losses. One who had 40 when Whyte fought him. Another who had 64 losses at the time Whyte fought him. Another was 23 losses, 25 losses, 49 losses. So it's not like, some of these guys, they weren't that many fights ago either. One was his 11th fight, 49 losses. So the competition has not been great. He hasn't been getting in the ring super regularly, but somehow he's managed to amass such a profile and position himself in basically the top 10 of all the heavyweight boxing divisions. Kind of remarkable, actually. It probably speaks volumes, one, for him for marketing himself, but two, also for Eddie Hearn in the way that he's been able to, over time, work his way into these different boxing commission outfits. Obviously, he goes to conferences, all that sort of stuff. He's a wheeler and dealer. So it's full credit to those guys for actually getting themselves in this position, especially on the body of work, which is basically nothing. That Dereck Chisora loss, especially in December, a lot of people that I speak to who saw the fight, I saw it live, a lot of other people who've watched it subsequently since, pretty adamant that Whyte lost that. But he got the split decision, and he's been off the shelf, or on the shelf, I should say, since then. He is scheduled, though, for his next fight next month, 19th of August. That's going to be held in Nebraska, obviously branching out to the US, build his brand, build his name, against an opponent yet to be named. So probably we can't expect too much from that at this late notice. Judging by the rest of his record, it'll probably be someone who actually meets the rest of that criteria in terms of being someone who's a bit of a bum or just a high-level journeyman. But we'll see. So he hasn't had a stellar career so far, but he's managed to position himself where he's actually a top contender. They've made these offers to Deontay Wilder. It was $3 million, and it was $4.5 million, throwing some US TV money. Personally, myself, I think Wilder should take that. And not because it's a cashing out type thing. I think he will work his way through Whyte, no trouble at all. I think just like Joshua, Whyte would get knocked out by Deontay Wilder. Joshua took care of Whyte. Wilder would take care of Whyte. I think Parker would take care of Whyte as well. So you look at his resume, it's not very impressive. And actually, you look at his Twitter page, he still says that he's undefeated. So as we've all seen, he got demolished by Joshua. Sure, he rocked him in that second round of that fight, but can't keep living off that forever. So I think it's a legitimate question. Where is all the hype coming from? And I think some of it is just he's just throwing out names. He is absolutely just talking crap. And he just keeps talking crap, even when people can't take fights because of mandatories and whatnot. And it's just been gobbled up by everyone. Because judging by his last performance, which was all of 8 months ago, you wouldn't say that he was next in line for a massive fight, especially when he didn't look that great in that fight. And previously, he's obviously one, been knocked out by Joshua, and two, he's been basically taking care of bumps. So, yeah, interesting that White has somehow managed to maneuver himself into this position. So, full credit to him and his team for doing that, but it's definitely he hasn't earned the moniker the body snatcher at the moment. It's the bum snatcher. But, it'll be interesting. I mean, I think he would give some guys a good fight, but I think Parker and Wilder, they would also beat White. That's it from me. Hit that like and subscribe button, drop a comment, let's have a conversation. I'm out.